Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. There's a live look from our Unico U.S. Bancorp Tower building, downtown Portland. Clearly, it's wet outside. Our first guest is a four-time Emmy-nominated actor known for his roles in shows like Bosch, True Detective, and General Hospital. He's out now with his first book, a gripping thriller set in the dark underbelly of the L.A. film industry. We welcome the author of Hollywood Hustle, John Lindstrom. Good to have you with us.
Thank you very much.
And
thanks for making room for me.
You bet. You grew up in Medford?
I was born and raised in Medford, yeah.
And then also went to college in Eugene.
I went to the University of Oregon in Eugene for 2 whole years before I dropped out and said, no, I don't want a backup plan.
Yeah, this is it. You wanted.
I don't advise that, okay? I really don't. That was my way of getting in, making sure that I could.
And I understand that you started acting as a child.
I did. My father was the regional ad manager at the CBS affiliate at the time in Medford. And he had to write and direct commercials, so he's got slave labor in the house.
So you did it.
So get John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did that lead you into act? Did you say, oh, I like this?
No, that really didn't. We were also 10 miles from Ashland, where the Oregon Shakespeare Festival is. So we used to go every summer.
Yeah.
And mostly I would fall in love with the actresses that were on stage at about
And that
6
didn't
years old.
change
But I
much.
can't tell you what it's like for an 8-year-old to go see the unabridged version of Julius Caesar.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's riveting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
I wish they'd
incredible.
waited a little while.
Yeah,
before they took me to
that's a
that.
lot.
But it did get me turned on to
Yeah.
acting. And then watching movies like Goldfinger and From Russia with Love, the James Bond stuff, that really hooked me.
Tell me about Hollywood Hustle. First of all, it's excellent reading. I have to
you.
tell you, it's excellent reading, and it's doing really well.
It, it has far exceeded anything I even imagined. I never thought it would get this far.
Yeah.
But it got published, and it hit the bestseller list the day it was published. So I'm stunned.
Great.
I really, all I wanted to do was write a book that people would hopefully like to read. The kind of book that I like, which is kind of an Elmore Leonard-ish crime story, but I wanted to set it in Hollywood, set it in LA, and have a satisfying body count to go along with it.
There you go. And you use true experiences, don't you? I mean, your experience in LA.
Yeah.
And also tell me about some of the real life people that you took some of your characters from. Like you have a guy who was, let's see, the
main character.
Winston, yes.
Green. Winston Green. Winston is, he's a composite of a lot of people I've known. And I really don't have enough fingers and toes to count the very talented people I know whose lives have just gone off the rails because of their demons.
Right.
You know, drug abuse or alcoholism or whatever that they've done. I can say now, because God rest he's gone, Tom Sizemore was a big inspiration for Winston Green.
Yeah.
But I also made him reminiscent of Steve McQueen and Kevin Costner. You know, he's a lot of people that you've seen that have gone way up to the heights and for some reason have crashed. But Winston has been able to build it back to a point where he can hang on.
Yeah.
It's somewhat solid now.
Yeah.
And that's where things start to go wrong in a way that he never expected.
Well, and you also have like a former cop, Teddy the former cop. And
Teddy Beauregard from New Orleans, yes.
The
He's
stuntman.
a disgraced cop, yes. And the stuntman, who I named after Grover Washington. No, not named after the musician, but kind of. I love Grover Washington's music. And his wife, Lauren, who I picture as Angela Bassett. Wouldn't we be so lucky to get her? Yeah.
But I understand it's modeled after a real stuntman that you knew.
Yeah, Manny Perry. He's a master stuntman. And Manny actually was the guy on Muscle Beach in Venice who was asked to paint himself green and be Lou Ferrigno's stuntman in the original Hulk series. Yeah.
Wow. Okay,
I worked with him a couple of times. That's how I met him.
Yeah, you are a busy guy because
pretty busy.
Working on General Hospital, playing twins, that takes a lot, right? Doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so tired. How do I do this? You know, I don't know. Oh, and there's lovely Avery Pohl. She played my daughter. Just a wonderful, wonderful young actress. Yeah, playing twins is it's a great challenge, but it's the most fun kind of challenge you could hope for.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's another one. You know, I had already started writing Hollywood Hustle and had been working for about a year, and then ABC decided to bring the dead twin back to life. So all of a sudden, I didn't have time to write.
Yeah.
I was doing twin duty.
Right.
So I had to put it down for about a year, and then the pandemic hit. I was able to pick it back up again, but I had to print it out and actually read everything that I had just to get my mind back into it. And then 6 months into the pandemic, the first shows to go back into production were soap operas.
Yes, yeah.
So does that mean we're expendable? Or
no,
what?
I believe that you're the hardest working actors in LA.
We
opera
absolutely
actors.
are in all of showbiz.
Yeah,
I think.
I agree.
People come in from prime time or movies, and they just sit there cross-eyed going, how do you do this every day?
Yeah.
I say, okay, sit down, we'll show you.
Yeah.
It's one scene at a time.
You love animals. You love your cat. You have a beautiful cat that you rescued off the streets.
4 weeks old,
Yeah.
I mean, he could literally fit in the palm of my hand. There's Schmitty right there.
Oh, so sweet.
Yeah, he loves to watch Turner Classic Movies with me. So I give him a film noir effect for that picture.
And then you have I love that, because you were watching a film noir.
I was watching, an old black and white, a Noir Alley on TCM.
And then you have a couple doggies, right? You have.
We have, that's Noodle right there. Noodle is a rescue. He came with a broken leg. Someone had kicked him.
Wow.
And he was tied to a food truck.
Yeah.
And a friend of a friend who runs an animal rescue operation called Star Paws down in LA, she posted her picture up on Facebook. And I thought,
how could you resist that face?
How could you resist that face?
Yeah.
So we took him in.
Yeah.
We've had him about 10 years now.
Well, I tell you what, once you start Hollywood Hustle, you won't be able to resist reading the whole thing. It's really good.
Well, I hope so.
It's really good. So we want to tell everyone that you have a book event tonight at 7 at Powell's at Cedar Hills Crossing in Beaverton. We're going to put all that information for everyone on our website at
come on out.
KATU.com.
Buy a book and I'll sign it for you.
There you go. John, thank you so much. A lot of fun. Appreciate
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.